Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This video isn't exactly a happy video. This is the story of how my 1985 318i, my first E30, got written off, and how it kind of, has set a few things in motion with the channel. And I thought I'd just give you guys a rundown of how it happened and all that. And so stay tuned.
All I do is adore you all of the time. I'd like to. I'd like to.
I've seen cars of them. So first things first, I just want to say, nobody was hurt in the accident. And it's just a car's a car, so the fact that it was written off isn't the worst thing in the world. It probably had more sentimental value than anything else. But like I said, the car's a car, and just nobody was hurt. So what happened was, I was driving home from picking up my girlfriend from the station, and it's roughly a 15-minute drive from the station to my house. And it was a pretty normal day, the sun was going down. It was around 7:37. I was just cruising down this road, and I'm always on this road. For those of you who live in Victoria, it's called Perry Road. I was cruising down that road, and nothing special, just an average day. I've done this a million times before. And I was cruising down. I just taken off from the lights, and as you could imagine, an M10 E30 with a 34-year-old car isn't very quick. So I've taken off. I've gotten to 75 k's an hour. The speed limit's 80. I've gone to about 70, 75 k's an hour, and I noticed that this lady is slowly edging forward out of this gate, and I'm like, it's a bit suspicious, just be wary sort of thing. But I think everybody has that feeling where they see a car come out and they're like, oh shit, is that car gonna pull out? And you never ever actually think that they would, because look, you'll see them coming, and it's a bright red car, It wasn't exactly quiet either, so you could definitely see it, you probably hear it. It doesn't really stop the fact, that it was hit. And so she's come out, pulled out of this school, looked one way, not looking my way. I could see her through a window. I could see that she was going to come out, and there was nothing I could do. I slammed the brakes on as hard as I could. But as you can imagine, a 34-year-old car with stock brakes, even though I did the pads, I did the rotors, everything, it's not going to stop that quickly. It's not going to stop on a dime. And it was a two-way road, as in one lane going each way, so I couldn't exactly swerve out of her way, which made it all the more scary. The fact that I could see it coming, I could see it happening, and there's nothing I could do about it, just makes it all the more frightening to think that nothing like that will ever happen to you, but then it does. So, if you could imagine, I'm driving down on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side of the road, 'cause I'm in Australia, driving down there, and this lady's pulling out from my left-hand side. She's pulling out as I'm driving down this road, and as she pulls out, she hits the back of my car, and the car spins out, and it actually hit the side of the car, obviously, as the passenger that my girlfriend was sitting on. And luckily I had those new seats in, and those rails were super sturdy and all that sort of stuff, because you just can imagine if it was stock rails and they were pretty rusty and stuff. Imagine if they just snapped and she ended up flying through the car, Like I said, nobody was hurt, so it's a good scenario. She wasn't looking my way when she pulled out, which is probably the thing that she should have been looking out for. And she just pulled out, tried to cut out in front of somebody else, and next thing we knew, we were spinning around and facing the wrong way on the road. Like I said, by this point I was doing 75, slammed the brakes on. Maybe she would have hit me at like 60. There's nothing I could have done. Now, as it was a one-way, each-way road, I couldn't exactly swerve out. So like I said, but there was a car coming this way. So luckily, they also had the same instinct that I did, that something was about to happen, that they could see the accident coming. She was just not concentrating. She wasn't paying attention. She could see this accident. He could see this accident unfolding, and they slowed down, stopping preemptively, seeing that they could see this crash happening. Lucky they did. So I swerved out a tiny bit out of my lane to try and avoid her, and luckily I did swerve just that little bit, because that was the difference between she hitting the front of the car and then the whole car just crumpling towards the passenger seat, which would be my girlfriend's legs, and can imagine like what that would be like. And then, as opposed to hitting the passenger door and the rear door and the rear fender, just drastically changed. Just those, I would have moved across about 30 centimeters, one rule of length, and it's just frustrating to think that people like that can do so much damage in in the blink of an eye. And all it would have taken is for her to turn her head, 90 degrees more and had a proper look, and it would have changed everything. Yeah. So it was a pretty scary scenario. It was the first crash I've ever been in. And it was super surreal. As I keep saying, like, you would never think it would happen to you. And eventually, once we spun out and you could see where the car was and all that sort of stuff, I just actually had it, the suspension like fine-tuned and like sitting perfectly, and I was so happy with it, and the car was like finally becoming something that I really, really like. And I kind of just got it registered and was actually driving it properly. And all the more reason why it's just harder to see something you put so much effort into just be taken away so quickly in the act of just one person. So by the end of that, we spun around and we were just both so dazed and confused as to what just happened. Because it was like this. It was no joke. It was like this. Everybody says like, accidents happen in the blink of an eye, and it's so true. It just happened so quickly that you couldn't even process it. So we spun around. Luckily, there was a whole bunch of nice people. People came out from the school, other staff members, and all that sort of stuff. And they were like, "Are you okay?" Blah 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 blah. And this lady's driving a pretty modern car. Like, her airbags didn't even go off. Like, she was fine. Like, her bumper was dislodged, and I think she had a cracked headlight, and that was it. And I had it written off classic. So yeah, I'm pretty salty about that. But yeah, so it's just one of those things where you can't really control what happened, and you can't really control how the journey of, your car. And like, I love cars, and I love building cars, and I love restoring and all that sort of stuff. And I'm sure all you guys and girls out there that watch my videos enjoy this, that, and the other, and say like, I love these things. These things are what I want to do. This is what I want to spend my free time on. I want to spend my hard-earned money on. And it's just insane to think that, it can just go like that. So all I'm trying to say is like, the value of your car is nowhere near the value of yourself. So, or the people around you. Cars can be replaced, things can be replaced, but, the people in the cars and the people around you cannot be. So just take that into consideration. Safety first in all scenarios. Don't go do something stupid. Yeah. So that being said, the car's a write-off. I got the car back from the insurance. The next clip will probably be tomorrow, and I'll show you what the car looks like. Just stay safe. But the channel will go on. So a few things in the works already, and I think you guys will enjoy what's to come. But it's not the end of the E30s. It's not the end of anything in particular, just sad chapter in the journey. But I digress. So this is my E30 now. Now, here is where all the damage has occurred. Yep. Right here. These two doors copped everything and pushed this fender into the wheel well and like just smashed this wheel up. This probably isn't that great anymore. It's high, that is. But yeah, it was a write-off. Insurance paid it out. It was something special for you guys coming though. But yeah, this is my E30. Yeah. So this is the 318i. It's been destroyed, which is pretty sad, but it's alright. Now it's a parts car, so I'm going to take all the things I put on here pretty much off. So starting with the seats, the wheel, the tyres and rims and all that stuff. Not sure about the suspension yet. I just put these stickers on, like, oh my god. Other than that, everything else pretty much will stay on. Can't think of much more else I'm going to use. Maybe some interior trim bits, like those. Like these are in really nice. Well, these are in better conditions than the one I have my eye on. So, yeah, I don't know if the door cards are the wrong size. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, so it was destroyed, and not much I could do about it. But it's like one of those things, so I'm just gonna move on. And you guys are along for the ride with me. But this car and I had a great time, and I really loved working on it. And it's just sad to see it come out this way, but you know, it's the way a cookie crumbles. And yeah, onto the bigger and better things. But anyway, thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned because this channel's going to change pretty dramatically. And yeah, I hope you guys are just as excited as I am for what's coming. But yeah, pretty bummed on this one, but it's alright. All's well that ends well. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.